Okay, so, Species, 1998, Species 2. Now, I will say that I mostly grew up on the sequel, funny enough, and not the first film. And this one is not particularly liked as much as the first one. A lot of fans seem to just like the first one, which, you know, looking back, like, after watching the first film and then coming to this one, yeah, it's a bit of a. I have a mixed relationship with this film because while it's more of a nostalgic, I guess you could say, because I grew up with it, this one in particular, I have a soft spot for it. But the effects in terms of the look of the aliens with Patrick and Eve, which the one in this one's called Eve and not Silk. I think she's I guess a clone of Eve from the first film. I guess they took, blood samples from that. And yeah, I mean, it's basically three astronauts return from Mars, unaware that something has boarded the ship and with its sights on Earth. Of course, it infects two of the three, the woman astronaut and then male astronaut Patrick, who will be our main male alien who wants to bang so many chicks in this movie. And then I guess they die after giving birth. That's basically the plot. Like, you have all the major people from the first film except Forrest Whitaker. I don't know why they didn't bring him back. I still don't understand that. I don't know if they couldn't find, use for his character. Because they use Eve as the seer, psychic, or whatever you want to call that ability. This one's directed by Peter Medak, which I don't know what else he's done. He didn't do really a bad job, but it's not. This movie is a $35 million budget. I forget how much the first one was, but the effects, again, with the puppeteering of the Patrick alien, it's like the design is fine. I like it enough. Of course, you don't really see a whole lot of Eve in her alien form. You see her you see snippets of it in the movie in the middle portions when they unlock her dormant mating alien side. And then by the third act, of course, you have Michael Madsen. I forget the black guy's name, but he plays another character he's also one of the astronauts that went up to Mars. So he tags along with, because we pretty much have Natasha Hendricks. She comes back to return as Eve this time. And they don't really do a whole lot with her. Like, she's mainly stuck in this lab. I get why, but they don't really do a whole lot with her. And then the stuff they do with her is kind of interesting, where they have her try to locate the male alien, but then that's kind of used in one scene, really. And yeah, Michael Madsen and the other astronaut try to go after Patrick. But then, I would have liked to had I don't know, teamed up with her, where, they use her to try to capture other alien threats, or, other, aliens that may have come into contact with other people. But nope, they don't do that. They only do that one time, and this is with Patrick, and then he turns himself in. And also, the movie, it reminded me a bit of Venom. Right, Venom's not gory. This one at least does have some decent gore effects, makeup effects. So I can't knock it for that. It does have a good amount of nudity. And yes, you do see Natasha as well. But aside from that, like, I wasn't really feeling the whole. I didn't understand the Patrick character where we don't really care for him because we don't know much about him other than he has a bad relationship with his dad, where his dad is kind of neglectful of him, where he even tries to confess to his dad or like, you know, talk to his dad about what's going on with him. His dad just shuns him out. Um, so then, like, the movie tries to do this whole duality thing, but then not really, because I didn't understand. Was it just is it Patrick that's not in control this whole time, or by the middle portion, third act portions, or is it this alien thing? That's also it was weird because they explain, but I just didn't understand the whole this alien blood is I guess it forms into the Patrick alien. That's its true form, but it melts into this blood. It's also alien, or its body or entity self. I didn't understand the mechanics of this thing. It kills one doctor when the blood breaks and out of this bowl. Um, but aside from that, the whole I don't understand this whole. I didn't understand the Patrick thing where he knows what he's doing, but what he can't control himself. I guess maybe, or I don't know, but so some of the character stuff with Patrick I wasn't too sure about. But they try to make you care for him, but then you don't know the normal Patrick. So when he's doing these things, it's like I don't really feel bad for him because he knows what he's doing anyway. And yeah, so the acting in this is fine. You bring back Michael Madsen from the first film, and he's only in it for like he comes in like around a 30-minute mark, which is funny. And at first he doesn't want to be a part of this team of alien folks task force again, but then and they don't really do the whole romance thing between him and the doctor lady that was from in the first film. So like they sort of kind of neglect that in this. Like they have a little spat here and there, but then they don't really do a whole lot after. But yeah, the ending like overall was a sequel bait ending, of course. Where the third act, I will say, is kind of lame because they tried to rip off Aliens, but it doesn't have any punch to it because it's just they use. Granted, I was too young to understand what was going on with the whole mechanics in this movie. So like the fact that they're using these flamethrowers, but there's no flames coming out. It's the one astronaut, the black astronaut, because I can't remember the guy's name. He has some type of disease that can infect the alien, so they use his blood to use into these air thrower things, air fan gun things. So they Patrick the whole time he's banging these chicks, and then they give birth, and then they get put in these cocoon things, and they go into the barn. They get there, they start using the air thing to kill these chrysalis cocoons of the alien thing offspring. And I love Michael Madsen's demeanor when he sees Patrick and Eve mating in this like energy web light show He's like, Eve, get out of the way. Like, he's like telling her to move, like, while they're doing that. And because I guess the doctor doesn't want him to kill Eve. But like, and then it cuts to where the whole mating scene is just cut from where it was a weird cut where it shows Eve looking at Matson, and then Patrick is just there, and like the whole mating light show is gone, and he knocks him around and knocks people around, and then I hated this part because it reminded me of the chick, and it reminded me of Jessica and Jason Goes to Hell, where she literally sees her boyfriend like getting dragged down to hell, and she like just sitting there watching instead of trying to help pull him out. And then eventually she does help. But here, the doctor chick, she does nothing to prevent Eve's death. Like, she literally sees Eve struggling with Patrick, trying to fight him off. She has like the air fan gun thing, and she doesn't bother to use it. She just sees, I don't know what it was, if it was his dick or or his tail or his tentacle or whatever it was. It goes in her mouth. Pause. And she chokes, so you give a new meaning, actual meaning to, choke on, whatever, and I guess she died from that. But then also, I guess they made it, or maybe maybe that was his, stuff going into her mouth, and it went through, I don't know. But that was a weird death of Eve. This ending seems rushed, is what I'm trying to say. The third act is very rushed. It's like they didn't fully know what they were going to do in terms of the fight scene, or lack thereof. Because it's just, again, like, Michael Madsen gets knocked out. The black astronaut gets knocked out, or knocked to the side. And then the female doctor chick is just standing there while Eve is dying and choking on Patrick. So wrong. And then she cries and then gets mad at Patrick for killing her. It's like, you could have prevented that. You could at least try to help her. You would have got probably knocked across the room, but you could still try to do something. But nope. And then Eve is out of commission for the rest of the third act. So then it's just very anticlimactic, where Michael Madsen gets up, he stabs the black astronaut's leg because he needs the blood from him, so he throws this pitchfork into Patrick. Patrick starts to melt, starts roaring at people, and then he melts, and then he dies, and then it's the end of the movie, and then somehow they don't, notice there's a child in the back of this ambulance, and a cat, and Natasha Hendricks is giving birth. We don't see it, we just hear it, and it's a sequel bait ending. And then you have the third film, which nobody returns in that movie except granted, they do have Natasha in the third one at the beginning to tie up loose ends, I guess you can say. I thought that was stupid because the way she even officially dies in the third film. She gets choked out by her own offspring, I guess. Or by one of those alien children. But, yeah, so overall, this movie, while it has moments I like in it, with some of the gore, the look of the aliens of Eve when she's in her species form, looks pretty alright. Patrick looks decent. But yeah, like the characters, they're there. I did like some of the dynamic between the team, the three. Again, I wish they would have done more of, maybe have Eve actually join them on these quests and try to track down other possible alien threats in the world or something, or, But no, they don't do that. So I would say this one is just mostly a bit of a downgrade, I would say. But yeah, overall, it's fine. But I would say probably watch at least the first two, because the third one, mixed bag for sure with me, and the fourth one I rarely watched. I saw snippets of it. I did see, you know, I don't remember a whole lot from it, but that one was very Skinamax, seemed like, or you know, type of vibes. So that's where they kind of just, we know what movie we're making. We know what this franchise is all about. So yeah, overall, it's fine. It's a fine, I guess, companion to the first one. I would just say stop at this and the first one. Don't go no farther. I know they want to do they want to do a remake, which I can already see where that's going. We're gonna have CGI all over the place. That's it. I did like Michael Madsen's line of, "We're gonna f the human race into extinction." So I like that line. Yeah. Thanks for listening. If anybody's interested in paid requests of movie reviews, commentaries, reaction videos, link in the description for PayPal down below. Thanks for listening. Peace and love.